What is up, pimps and players? Back on the Rift with some Ben Tennyson gameplay. Here in the enemy jungle looking for the strategic invade, also known as cheese. The goal of the video is to show you guys how to get to 200 CS at 25 minutes consistently. Okay, this is the title of the video. It's not gonna happen that often, it doesn't happen to me that often, but it's something close to it. We at least get to 200 CS for 30 minutes quite often playing Udyr like this if we go by some rules, some concepts. Of course, certain champions will facilitate this more or less, including your team and enemy team. But it's the same thing, it's gonna be a very similar game to last time. End up invading this, and very important, let me make sure I mention this, I hold my skill point. We take the plant, we don't know where Rengar is starting, my teammates didn't get any vision level 1. And now if Rengar started the blue buff, he's gonna have one ferocity stack, it's gonna be pretty weak. Rengar level 1, not a very strong champion. He kinda needs his abilities to stack his passive. And then he becomes a threat. If you don't find Rengar, you level Q, because it's better for the clear. If you find Rengar, you skill R, because of the slow, so you can actually kill him. You will not need a little bit of extra DPS. We go with Q, we know Rengar has started bot side. We clear his camps, and we go for a reset, so I can get myself an amp. And I expect Rengar right away, it's pretty much predictable. If he sees that the camps are gone, he's gonna go into my red buff and try to fight me. We see him on the ward, so I end up starting the raptors first. Because I'm assuming that he will just straight up go on red buff, so he can use the brush in order to try and kill me. And I was correct, why would Rengar even try to pull the raptors? He's not Hecarim, he's not, you know, heal sticks or something. He wants to go for the kill. So we take this in his face. He starts the camp quite late because he's waiting for me to do something, I assume. And then we push him out. Because he already wasted his abilities on the red buff. Tries a gank, and in the meantime I'm farming for level 4, so I'm gonna be up 3 camps. Then what we notice is that he tries to contest something. What is the reason Rengar is doing this? There's not much of a logical reason. All I can tell you is that he is getting emotional. The master, low master Rengar, is getting emotional. Yes, he got a skull grab because I wanted to get level 4 first. It's completely fine, not a big deal. But he also doesn't use his Ebola. He tries to cleanse my stun, which is not enough because the slow is still going to allow me to catch up. And I would have to awaken E on the Bola to even have a chance catching him. The CC is very long on this ability. Almost 2 seconds. I secure the other Scuttle Grab. And I am somewhat making a mistake here. Yes, I have to secure my bot side camp, so I cannot just blindly invade. But I want to go for these camps in most cases. And let me explain why. You have to think. We both started in the enemy jungle at the same time, which means that these camps are going to spawn simultaneously. So, Rengar can only clear one side. If I'm on the other side, I guarantee that I get 2 camps uncontested. If Rengar plays a mind game, and he's very smart, very rarely that will happen in Challenger for me maybe, he will go for these camps. But most players will just go for the camps they already started on. They have the timers and such. So I could have went into his jungle right away, take these camps while he's farming his bot side, then go back into my jungle. What I end up doing though is I really wanted to gank bot lane because they play Ezreal Lulu, 0 summoner spells versus Spike. And although this is not the worst option ever, it's still a way to use my lead. Spike misses a very easy hook, and he even kills himself. But we got something out of it in the end. Rengar walked bot lane. What does that mean? His tempo on the camps is now messed up. And he doesn't clear very quickly right now. He has a longsword, I have faded ashes. Once I enter here, I'm tracking his clear through Fog of War. I already assumed that his smite is probably on cooldown because otherwise he would not have reached this HP on Gromp so quickly. And you've seen there he smited the Gromp. And just getting this one camp, by the way, Gromp grants a lot of XP, a lot more than Wolves and Raptors, not as much as Krags, but it's still a lot of XP. This is a pretty big win, because now there's nothing stopping me from starting at least a grabber, and from that I get level 6. Like is also moving, but it wasn't really needed, because I had prior on just one lane with Orianna. It's perfectly fine. Asante already used his ult, so he's not very threatening. And then I end up resetting. Maybe a lot of you guys would decide to do the Krags in this situation. I don't want to be on the Scully Lab, I want to protect the dragon if possible, and I just want to cycle my camps because they're going to respawn very soon. Simple as that. The objectives are a byproduct. Objectives, you get them, especially a champion like Udyr, if they are free. Okay? If you don't trade much for doing an objective, if it's relatively safe. If it was unsafe to do grabs, I'll simply go my drugs, and I'll be happy with that. I would actually get a bit more golden XP. It would have not been the end of the world. Grabs is just pressure. Of course, they have utility in the tower damage. And I set myself up once again, as I've been talking about it in the previous video, to go for the enemy jungle. Because I have a pretty big lead. But it wasn't necessary, because Orianna was in base, Gragas was so what's the point of going there to kill myself? I'm just gonna secure my own camps. And the reason I even go for this play, even though Asante is taking a lot of magic resistance, is because I have red buff. So I'm pretty confident that the extra 2 damage is going to go through that magic resistance. Make the kill a little bit easier. Because Gragas could have escaped, but he's a really huge piggy. Moving on. We got the early Leandri, I walk bot lane, I pick up a free kill. This is just how jungle works. Sometimes you just pick a free kill here and there. But once again, I set myself up for success from level 1. Usually, enemy jungler will get mind controlled, will start tilting, he might flame his teammates, he might tilt even harder if his teammates mute him, and then he cannot really communicate to do stuff with them, especially if you are forcing invades. I mean, imagine you're playing jungle, you're getting invaded, and your teammates muted you, and they're not gonna help you. You might as well start running it the fuck down. And it generally happens quite often in these types of games. I ended up doing a smite fight against the Rengar there, we can have a quick look. And I missed the dragon. But that's alright, because Rengar will become even weaker. This dragon in the moment, it doesn't really do anything. It's a little bit of AD and AP for everybody. But I get 300 gold, which accelerates my items by a lot. He also flashed, and he's dead, so he cannot farm. I can get my entire jungle while the guy is dead and walking to base. So I'm going to be up 2 levels. Now here is the tricky part. In these situations, you have to judge it to the best of your ability and try to not bait your teammates into death too much. Try to obviously not kill yourself, and sometimes just best to conceive. Here, we got a level 5 Pike, Orianna has a lot of ages, her damage is pretty low even if she hits full combo. Gragas is quite useless, they get a full MR Cassante, 150 MR with Kenny Grukan. We're not moving his guy HP bar. Lulu is incredibly strong, 4 points shield. Her ult is one of the most powerful abilities in the game. And I'm simply going to see, hey, is this Rengar going to end? Do we get a shockwave on him or a hook and then we can nuke him and walk it off? Maybe delay it for later. If they mess up, perhaps we can still get it. If not, hey, let's just get out. Rengar didn't need. Okay, goodbye team. I'm getting the fuck out. Vegas misplays doesn't are in time. But he slams air and he's dead. Which is a bit unfortunate. Perhaps the right call is to not try to contest it at all, and then I wouldn't get my Gragas killed. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean much. The Gragas is probably giving like 200 gold, and I can still pick up the top waves because I already cleared my jungle, so it's not a big deal. And I'm going for steel caps. I forgot about Darksteel here. And you might be wondering why I'm going AP with AP solo lanes. It's because Bloodletter's Curse is in the game, so in order to counter this Cassandra bit, I'll just go Bloodletter's Curse, which is also going to be good against everyone on their team since Udyr can apply it very easily and amplify the damage of my Gragas and Orianna. Okay, secure the Scuttle Crab. Clear everything again. Very standard. Dragon is going to spawn quite soon, we just have to prepare for that. Let's see how we play with this Cassandra. And this is the power of red buff against the tanks taking resists. We slowly chip away at him, change CC, constantly resetting tower aggro, we basically sit at full life. Gragas ends up missing the Q, which is unlucky, but it's still enough. We got an information of where Rengar is, so we don't have to worry about this tower line. If you don't know where Rengar is, it could be a huge throw. He presses R, he's a big shutdown, you're gonna be sad. Make sure you don't do that. Look at him to pillage the jungle once again. End up stealing his camps just because of the natural pattern that we took. And here extremely important to just realize that usually Rengar might be deceptively tanky, but that's only if he actually gets to 4 ferocity. He needs 4 seconds at the very least to do that. If he doesn't have the brush. Here, he has no brushes, he's face checking his jungle. He's gonna press Q, EW. And now he has no access to the big healing potential from using his Empower W. So he just dies in the nuke. Did pretty balanced damage right there, and that's a 3-level gap. I think about resetting here, but I stay, because we calculate that we require just this wave, which don't care about giving it to Gragas. The useless Piggy 0-4, he can farm Krags if he wants, I don't really mind it. With Bloodletter's Curse plus Darkseid, start stacking that a little bit. Moving to Ocean Drake, all good. All good in the hood, holla get dollar. Big money in the bank. And we are back into enemy jungle. This is where the game starts getting a bit spicy in terms of getting that 300 CS at 25 minutes. What are you supposed to do? You have to optimize as much as you can, stealing camps, farming waves, while still incorporating your camps, not getting baited into stupid fights that waste your time, or even worse, kill you. This is only possible, for the most part, if you don't die almost at all, otherwise you're not going to get these CS numbers. Look at this. Farm my her jungle, after stealing their camps, into collecting waves once again. I'm 2 levels up on their solo lanes. Yes, of course, Udyr got a lot of kills, but it doesn't really have much to do with the kills. As it has to do with collecting the resources. And obviously it becomes easier if you have a damage plate, which gives movement speed and damage, or any kind of AP item. Back to the camps. If you look at this game, if you guys have seen my latest video, you'll notice it was pretty similar to this. And even when I approach this situation, it's simply because I am bypassing. I'm going from this half of the map to this half of the map, so I have a chance to fight a little bit and maybe out-awaken some minions in the process. My team just fucked up, they died. Game is getting pretty close. Sivir gives a kill, the goal lead is closing, but I'm still up more than 3k gold on the Rengar, which is crazy. 100 CS up. Found some more jungle camps, and then once Cassandra pushes the wave in, we got some more gold for ourselves, potentially. Let's see what Cassandra does. These guys end up going for the Atakan, which you don't really care about. Atakan right now is gonna change a bit next patch. I think they make Atakan stronger in terms of what the rewards are. But yeah, of course, they get a bunch of stats, they get a bunch of XP, but they also lose XP and gold, which is technically stats, while they are doing it. Some minions, some opportunities. It takes a long time to do Atakan. So it's not a huge advantage right away if they simply force. Teammates are even looking to contest it. Either way, I'm fighting Cassandra to the death. This is a slight limit test. The guy is stacking MR items. He has 169 even with Bloodletter's Curse penetration. and he ends up killing himself. I didn't actually need the Orianna because he went all out and lost all of his magic resistance. I think if he just didn't try to outplay, he would probably live. But it doesn't matter because we would still be able to get this turret probably, and the entire enemy jungle. They got Atakan, but at what cost? We overall got more XP and gold on the people that actually matter. I build the Deadman's Plate and some Negatron flow because they do have a bit of magic damage, especially on Ezreal Lulu, not just the cannon. That will turn into Junction, which gives armor as well. Do it a full clear, pen into my Orianna, which is overall my strongest teammates. And that's pretty solid synergy with Udyr. Now you see me that I didn't right away go on the wave. I'm trying to play with my teammates a little bit here. I end up dropping an Awaken, which transitions into a Shockwave, although I am long gone, because I wanted to secure this red buff. If my teammates end up dying, that's okay. My passive was on cooldown, I wouldn't be able to do anything about it anyway. Better hit the red buff, refund your passive, and then come stronger in the fight. That's how you play Udyr. You don't just do a stunning contest with enemies. You have to do something. You have to hit something. We can analyze this team fight a little bit, but I assure you that it was a pretty simple situation. I think I just hit the first target, because enemies already used all of their abilities, then I'm super far ahead, so what chances do we even have to win it? Like really, I don't even play this fight too well, I'm simply dropping Awaken on the Kassan. And slowly chipping at him. Realistically, if I focus Cassante, he's the strongest player. He's the only guy that can actually do anything. Especially when Cannon ult is on cooldown. Get him off the map. Kill Cannon, push out the waves. You might be thinking, hey man, why the fuck aren't you guys doing better here? Orianna's getting tilted right now. She's flashing. Ulting and standing still because we didn't go Nash. This is my favorite part. Like, if you actually don't care that much about winning and you know that you're gonna win anyway, at the end of the day it's just a video game, and seeing these reactions, it's hella funny because imagine being mad that your jungler is killing you. Either way, we got a 300 CS, a 25 minutes, okay, it's almost 26 minutes, but it just goes for the clickbait. If we don't round it up, completely valid, trusted source of information, Jaksho acquired. Yeah, we don't need to go Baron there, guys, by the way. And this is not even a bad play, troll, nothing like that. They died. Why not just push all the lanes out, get some towers, and then Baron is still on the map. Enemy team has to contest it. They have to get pressured. They have to be like, we have to contest this Baron, guys. And they're gonna get out of their base. They're going to fight you. They're gonna get aced again. That's the beauty of League of Legends. If you take Baron, especially early, in solo queue, and you run in enemy base, often your teammates will feel pressured to fight, to make something happen with the Baron, to throw. And you are in their base, you fight on their terms, more or less. They can constantly regenerate their HP and get better angles on their engages. There's no need to do that if the map state is good. If your waves are pushed like here, and you literally cannot do much with them, it's probably the best idea to do Baron. Ideally, in a closer game. This game, I wouldn't consider it close because their team is just terrible at killing tanks. Ezreal is one of the weaker AD carries at killing tanky targets. Of course, Rengar can just have a little bit of burst and that's it. But right now I'm just dancing in 1v4. He literally cannot do anything. I'm pressuring them so we are able to secure this dragon easily. I own the map, guys. I'm the landlord here. These guys are running on rent. They're about to get kicked off the fucking map. Can't play the game. I secured the Drake, and the only reason is just because I don't want this game to get extra volatile. We to get a soul point on Cloud and somehow magically steal the last dragon, or my teammates that are running it down, and then they get Cloud Soul. Because the only way these guys can win is if they get Cloud Soul, since Cloud Soul is by far generally the strongest soul in the game that is quite morphing. We do a little split push. Got a 50 fucking CS, 29-28 minutes. Pillage their jungle once again. Another item can be completed in base. But instead I choose to flank enemies, they are messing up, erase them. And I think that should be G fucking G. And look what you can do with this magic on the Rift, my friends. I'm up 8,000 gold. Our team overall has a 10k gold lead when it's only a 6 kills difference. But our jungler is almost 10k gold up. 200 CS lead at 30 minutes. In low master. You guys can do this as well, just apply my concepts. Very important, I'm showing you games where I'm not dying. There are a lot of games right now where I'm just not dying, because dying is really bad. How can I constantly suffocate enemies? This is the thing you are trying to achieve on Udyr, my friends. If you want to go even deeper on this topic of how to actually make use of Udyr, I have a coaching on Patreon. If you made it to this point, make sure to like, sub, retweet, donate your organs, etc. Game, of course. And I'll go for an Unangry Spear here as my last item, or a Rift Maker, both are fine. I thought Unangry Spear would be funnier to just be unkillable, because it just have no damage right now. That's pretty much it, my friends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.